This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sophia Yvette.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a wellness and recovery studio? Well, one may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing our good neighbor, Silvia Gerfen with Augment Frisco. Silvia, it is lovely to have you on today, and we are so excited to learn all about you and your business. Please start off by telling our listeners just a little bit more about your company.
Yes, of course. Hi, neighbors, and Sophia, thank you. So Augment Wellness, we are a place where people come and get a little bit of recovery and a boost in their wellness routine. We focus on the overall wellness, whether it's physical, mental. We want everyone to have a well-rounded experience. So we offer a lot more modalities than just the regular cold plunge studio. A regular session would last about an hour. We include everything that would help our bodies produce a better circulation, a better way to release inflammation. It helps recover sore muscles. So usually what a regular session looks like is compression therapy, infrared sauna, and a couple rounds of contrast therapy, which is cold plunging and traditional steam sauna. And we can always adjust to what's needed, or sometimes some people are a little intimidated of one or another. But yes, that's what a regular session looks like. And we're just here really to help people from all phases of life, whether it's young children to we have very active 80-something-year-olds that want to continue living the lifestyle that they're used to.
Wow, well, it's all about being that 1% better every year. Now, tell us a little bit more about your background. Where did your love for this industry really come from?
So my passion for this is very personal. I served in the Marine Corps as soon as I graduated high school. So I was still very young. And during intense workouts and deployments and just life as a Marine, it's very hard on your body, but you really don't realize until years later. Whenever you're young, you can go through an injury, push through it, recover, you feel better, and you move on to the next phase. But whenever I hit I'd say mid-30s, I was like, wait, I think I'm too young to feel this way, or I'm too young to depend so much on pain and inflammation medication. And it was a constant battle. Like whenever you feel something physically, it will manifest itself mentally and emotionally. And once you're at the point where it's hard to balance your physical wellness and your mental wellness, it is just that much harder to find the good balance for one or the other. So I went through that struggle, physical. My mental wellness deteriorated. So finally, I decided to focus on the help that I needed and seek it out. And I found cold plunging. So that is what most people are very iffy about. And it's probably like 75% of the people come in and say, I'll do everything else except the cold plunge. And that was me. I had 1,000,001 excuses the first time I was going to try it. But that was the first time that I really felt my mental being meet up with my physical being and come to peace. Just the relief that I felt was immediate. So many things we can do that help that recovery or joint pain or inflammation. But this was the first thing that I ever felt was immediate relief, and it made me feel good. And then I just fell in love with it. And I decided if I was going to do something here in Frisco, it was going to be something that I could, because I'm a terrible salesperson, but I can tell you what works for me, what I love, and this was it.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Sylvia. Now, switching gears for a second, we do know marketing is the heart of every business, and you do have to keep your doors open. So, who are some of your ideal clients or customers? And today, how are you attracting them?
So that's one of my favorite things about Augment, that we have um, everyone. Some children are brought here for nervous system resets. Those children that struggle with finding calm to their anxiety. And just like them, adults go through the same thing. We have hardworking athletic professionals. Um, we have people that work in offices, people that work from home, people that run marathons, and those who are very sedentary. So that's the good thing about here, is that I get to cater to pretty much everyone. Some people even bring their pets to get energy from the biocharger and red light therapy. So we're really here for everyone.
Wow. Now, with so much great information, have you ever thought about having your own podcast for the business before?
No. So I've always been I considered myself an introvert. Always like, hey, somebody else manage the event, somebody else do the live, someone else show up for our social media videos. But I think little by little, and seeing how much it benefits people and how easy it is just to share how it's benefited me and others, I'm getting out of my shell in that aspect, and maybe soon.
Wonderful. Now, switching back to your business here, what is the number one takeaway you would like our listeners to gather about Augment Frisco and the services that you provide?
So the greatest takeaway is that we're here to help with your physical recovery and wellness routine, but as well as your mental wellness. Um, Kind of like what I went into earlier, how it's a hard balance to find once you're struggling physically and then mentally. Here, you'll come, and let's say you're sore, you're getting over an injury. And yes, you're going to get that benefit of better circulation, getting the blood to where it needs to go, having your muscles contract in the cold plunge, and vasoconstriction and the dilation and the heat. But also the mental wellness part, which is so important. Your brain can't help but release those feel-good hormones whenever you're in the cold plunge. So that helps with boosting your mood. Some people come just because they're stressed. We have our teachers that are here every Friday because they're healthy physically, but they want to lower that stress. Some people that I would really think that they're here for physical recovery, like firefighters, like policemen, the first thing that comes to my mind is they must have had a hard training. They must have gone through, a very physically demanding call. But a lot of times it's just that mental, mental chaos that people are looking for, just to unplug a little bit. You can't help but whenever you get in the cold, like your cortisol levels, your anxiety is going to spike and like reach some heights that you probably haven't had in a long time. But then the conscious effort of being there, it trains your body to say, hey, we're going to be okay. So then in regular situations in life and traffic, with family, it doesn't affect you as much. And one thing about stress and high cortisol levels is that, yeah, you can be stressed and still push through life, but it's going to manifest itself physically eventually. It will lower your immune system. It will show up in pains and aches. So just as we try to manage that physical wellness, mental wellness is just as important.
Most definitely. And final question for you, where can our listeners go to learn more about Augment Frisco?
So they can go to any of our social medias. It'll be Augment Frisco, or you can go to augment.com/Frisco, or they can just give us a call. That's a lot easier to plan whenever it comes to dates available, times availability, if they can bring a friend or not, to 972-292-9167.
Well, Silvia, we really appreciate you being on the show, and we wish you and your business the best moving forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfrisco.com. That's gnpfrisco.com. Or call 469-221-9345.